We are live. What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Let's check the audio. Let me know if the audio sounds good and you can hear me and see me. It's been a little while since we streamed. Hope everybody's doing well, having a great week so far. Welcome to another live stream. Let's see. Let's check the looks and sounds great. Thank you, Frederick. Good to see you, Frederick. Brian as well. How you guys doing? Appreciate y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I was like scrambling. That always happens right before a live stream when I take a little break, and we didn't live stream last week, so here we are scrambling, trying to get everything set and ready to go again. All about routine, you know. Welcome to another Apple Home Talk live stream where we talk all about Apple Home and smart home content and answer questions. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. But as we kind of let everybody get settled in, let's say hi to some folks, and then we'll kind of get rolling here in just a minute. George, what's up, George? George is in the house. Let's see. Thanks, Frank. Frank says audio, sound, visuals are good. Appreciate that. Sigmund Judge, what's up, Sigmund? Good to see you here. Thank you so much for the gifted membership there. Let's see if we can do an applause. Sigmund just gifted one channel membership. So that was awarded to, let's see, does it say Chris? Chris, you were gifted a channel membership. And as a channel member, you get access to our member Discord server, early access to new videos. We actually do a monthly hangout with all the channel members. It's basically like a Zoom, but we do that over on a Discord server. We're actually doing that today. So if you are a channel member and you have not joined our Discord server yet, do that today. We're going to do that later on after the stream. We'll have our monthly member chat since we weren't able to do it last week. So we do that usually on the first Wednesday of every month. And also wanted to say Caleb Wagner joined as a channel member I saw here earlier in the stream, so welcome, Caleb. Thank you guys and all the current channel members. I appreciate all you guys for your support. Sam is in the house. What's up, Sam? Steven from Margaritaville, South Carolina. Where's Margaritaville, South Carolina at? I need to go there. Jeff, what's up, Jeff? Jeff's in the house. Dawn, awesome, Dawn. Thank you so much. You guys are coming in strong with the gifted memberships, man. I appreciate that. Let me see, I gotta wait for my chat here to catch up on this side. Let's see, Dawn, there it is. Dawn gifted 5 channel memberships. Thank you so much, Dawn, for doing that. And you guys, YouTube will randomly select people in the chat for these gifted memberships. But thank you for doing that, Dawn. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Discord said you were not given access another time. Yeah, try it again. I know we've had some members join the Discord recently, so it seems like everything's working. You do have to connect your Discord, your YouTube account in your Discord server, in your Discord user settings, I'm sorry. They're under the connections, and it looks like you tried that. I'd say if you've had issues, try doing it also on maybe a different device or maybe in the app versus the browser or vice versa. Maybe if you're having any issues there. And definitely make sure you're using the same YouTube account that you got the membership with. So let's see. Say hi to some more folks here as we get rolling. Robert, what's up, Robert? Been a while. Glad you could make it here, Robert. How's everybody doing today? Let me know where you're from, too, in the chat. William, what's up, William? John K. Wolf, Turin, Yvette Fox, Mr. H4S3K1, what's going on? How you doing today? Travis, what's up, Travis? So, couple things I already mentioned earlier. We're doing the member hangout today. So once again, member hangout over in the Discord server. If you're a channel member, we're gonna do that this evening. Just a little video chat with all the members. Always a lot of fun, kind of catch up with everybody there. Man, another gifted membership. Gene, thank you so much for 5 more gifted memberships. Excuse me, there it is. Thank you so much for that. We got a lot of new members today. This is awesome. Maybe we'll see some of you guys over in the member chat. But yes, that will be today. We're going to have about a 30-minute break after this live stream, and then we're going to do that. And I have some notes here because I always jump all over the place. Today, I'm going to try to hit all my points that I want to talk about. Also, we mentioned this in the last stream or two, but I'd like to do another viewer automation video where we kind of highlight automation, smart home automation submitted by you guys. So if you have a good one to share, check out the description here in this live stream for some more information. Really easy just to shoot me an email, a little bit of video footage from your iPhone or whatever, and you can submit that to me and we will try to feature you in an upcoming video once we get enough of those. Those are always a lot of fun and we seem to get really good feedback from those from you guys. It's something I've been asked to do more of. So if we get some, you know, more viewer automations to highlight, I would be happy to do that. Ben, what's up, Ben? Glad you could make it. Good to see you here. Awesome, Sigmund Judge. Yes, you got to send us something. And Sigmund, I can only assume it'll have something to do with Apple TV. We need an automation with the Apple TV. For those that don't know, Sigmund Judge has a podcast called Magic Rays of Light. I think I got that right this time. I always screw that up, but Magic Rays of Light podcast, all about Apple TV. So if you're into the Apple TV stuff, they talk all about the content, Apple TV Plus content, and everything Apple TV over there. So go check that out if that sounds interesting to you. Let's see. Do one with the Christmas lights. Questions coming in already. All right, we're going to try to get to some questions. Thank you, Frederick. Frederick says here, already on top of it. Appreciate you, man. Frederick says, yes, please do preface your comment with the word question, and I will flag these, and I'm going to come back to questions. We'll do a little Q&A here in like the last half of the stream. So if you have questions, do just submit your question once. I'll flag it, and I'll try to come back to as many as I can before the end of the stream. Jason Moss, what's up from PA? Good to see you here. Another thing I want to mention is I think the last stream I asked you guys about chapters, and we did get some feedback. So for those of you who may be watching the restream of this or like the replay of this stream later on, I will include chapters down below after the stream. So just give me, a few hours. Definitely by the next day, I will have chapters. I'm going to try to do that for each stream, so you guys who watch the replay can kind of skip through, maybe find topics that you want to view. Now there will be, I'll do my best with chapters. Sometimes I'm all over the place, so there's definitely a little bit of benefit, I think, of watching all of it, while you're working out or something like that, maybe. But I will do my best with chapters to kind of help you guys find maybe relevant topics you're looking to learn more about. First time in the live stream. Awesome, David. Glad you could make it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Shout out from work. Nice. In Houston. Awesome. I've not been to Houston yet. All right, man, we got a lot of questions rolling and I better get moving. All right, let's jump into a few things. So first up, I need to move my monitor here a little bit. Let's see. Again, my setup is all out of whack. I'm getting back into the swing of it since we missed last week. So I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but real quick, maybe how I am about rumors, but sometimes you can't avoid them. There is another Apple HomeKit related rumor that has just popped up for the first time. So we have a new rumor that we can talk about for the next few years. And this here, Apple is gearing up for its first smart home camera. So a smart home camera made by Apple. So let's talk about this a little bit here from this article right here. Apple is planning to release a smart home security camera in 2026. So yes, like I said, we have a couple years to talk about this. According to Ming-Chi Kuo, a prominent figure with contacts in Apple supply chain. So this is for those that don't know, a very well-known, leaker, I guess, is that the right word for it? From these rumors and stuff. So they're making their first IP camera. Production's planned for 2026, according to this rumor. They say it will integrate seamlessly with other Apple hardware products. Talking about their continued exploration of growth opportunities in the smart home market. So, we've already been talking about the rumor with the smart display for years now. Hopefully we'll see that sometime soon. Now we have this. So it does look like, according to these rumors, that Apple is really going to be focusing pretty hard in the coming years on smart home, which obviously makes me very excited. What do you guys think about this? Mr. H4 says, do you think it will be PoE? According to what we're seeing, again, 2026, who knows what will happen before then. We'll hear a dozen different rumors about this product probably before then, probably more. But according to the rumors so far, they're saying IP Wi-Fi. So doesn't look like it'll be PoE. I would be surprised to see Apple make a PoE camera. Just doesn't seem like something the general population would kind of take hold of. Yeah, well, maybe Dylan. Yeah, what's up, Dylan? Dylan says, hopefully 2026 means a few camera options. That's a good point. So maybe they will bring us a PoE version of whatever it is that they're doing. That would be pretty cool. Hope it'll be better than 1080. Yeah, so what we're saying 2026, so that gives Apple what? A couple years probably here to up that limitation in HomeKit from 1080p resolution to 4K, at least 2K maybe, would be a little bit better. Ben says, hoping for the Aqara G5 by the end of the year. I wouldn't hold my breath. I mean, I don't know anything for sure, but I would be surprised to see this before the end of the year. I'm predicting early 2025, but I don't know. I haven't read or seen anything about I get asked this question all the time, like, when is this camera coming? I don't know, but that's my prediction, early 2025. Bigger question is, why would Apple need to make its own smart home hardware? Sorry, I'm having trouble with words today. Smart home hardware. This is interesting because I always thought that Apple would be best not to get into the smart home devices specifically like this, smart switches. And I mean, the list goes on and on of stuff they could make. Cameras, maybe it'd be a little different. But if they're really trying to, here, let me show you this other article actually, because I think this one, there's a number of articles already on this. But this one here had some interesting comments on this. So let's see the IP. So there you go. IP camera is targeted to hit annual shipments in the tens of millions, indicating Apple hopes this will become a major accessory in its product lineup. Quo says the appeal of Apple's camera will be rich integration with Siri and Apple Intelligence features. So I guess there would be your reason maybe why they would get into smart home devices, making their own, because maybe they can integrate some other stuff like Apple Intelligence. That would be awesome. Let's see. And here they go. They talk about, we've heard more about their attempt to crack the smart home space with intermittent rumors about Apple designing its own accessories. So that I think is referring more to like the smart displays and stuff like that. So, cameras would pair really well with those smart displays. So I could see that sort of making sense, get those camera feeds to pop up on your displays and stuff like that. So those could kind of go hand in hand, I suppose. But yeah, just, a bunch of rumors right now at this point. Don, what's up, Don? Don says, first of all, thank you, Don, for being a channel member, 29 months. I really appreciate that, Don. And Don's using his monthly member chat, says, I've heard rumors of a HomePod with a display, but the last couple of days I'm hearing that a wall-mounted display might come as early as next March. That's the thing about rumors. You guys may know how I feel about rumors. I don't like spending a ton of time on them because they just change. They're never ending, for one, and they change so much. We've literally been talking about this smart home display for years now. And, it's fun. I'm excited. I can't wait till it's here. But who knows? I mean, who knows at this point? And I think the latest, from what I have kind of looked at, again, I kind of ignore a lot of it, to be honest with you. But what I've seen is that they're planning on like a more basic, maybe it is a wall mounted one. I haven't seen that specific. I think I have seen that. Whether it's a wall mounted one or a countertop one, it'll just be like a stationary kind of little smaller screen, a more affordable option, I think is what the rumors are saying now. And then another year or two from that will be the production or the release of their more advanced, expensive smart home display with some sort of robotic arm. Well, again, we've talked about that a little bit here. Mark Gurman, yep, that's right. Sigmund, thank you. Mark Gurman, I think, was the one talking about Q1 of 2025. Thank you. All right. So yeah, that's what the rumors are saying. March Q1 of 2025. So, I mean, that'll be here before you know it. So maybe we can finally get our hands on one of these devices. That'll be pretty exciting. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Man, we need a device like that in the Apple Home space, I think. Yeah, I did see that one. It's reported to be the size of 2 iPhone screens. Thank you. So, definitely a smaller type of display there, but excited to see what I'm excited more about the software side of things, to see what they do. I think they said it'll be kind of like a cross between CarPlay and tvOS, somewhere in the middle, but something designed specifically for the smart home. HomeOS maybe will be the name of it. I don't know, but I'm really excited to see how well that works, because I've not been super excited about any smart display like from Google or Amazon. I just really don't like none of them really hit home for me. So I don't know what you guys think, if you guys use any of them, but I think Apple could really do it well. Shane should get it. Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I won't hold my breath, but Apple, if you're listening, hook me up, man, so we can share it with the people. That would be awesome. Let's see, iPad Mini. Yeah, an iPad Mini mixed with a HomePod. Put the two together, right? I think if Apple puts a Thread antenna in the iPad, it will then become a home hub. The problem with iPads as home hubs is that iPads are portable and they die. The batteries die. Not good. Either one of those are not good for a smart home hub. So that's, I think, why they removed the capability for iPads to act as your HomeKit hub a couple years ago. I think that was a good move, actually. And these smart displays moving forward should be something that stays plugged in, kind of always on, sort of like an Apple TV or something. So that would make a lot more sense as a smart home hub or a HomeKit hub, more than an iPad. All right, let's see. Another thing, moving on, that we noticed, or that I noticed. Let me get rid of that comment there. This is interesting. So not really home related, but just I use AirTags. A lot of you guys probably do too. If you didn't see this is a nice little update. So in the beta with iOS 18.2, users can share a secure link with the location of an AirTag to find or find my network accessory with others. And soon you'll be able to do this with your airline. So this is really cool. So basically the way this is going to work is you can create a custom link and share the location of your AirTag through this link. They say that the link will expire automatically in 7 days. You can also disable it at any time. And then it will, I think it said it will automatically disable or turn off that link when the user is reunited with the AirTag. So that's really cool. As somebody who has personally lost my luggage on a flight one year, and it was a mess. And I did have an AirTag in my suitcase. The airline really screwed up on that one. They sent my bag to, I think it was like Detroit, and I was down in Key West, and like an idiot, I didn't pack any clothes in my carry-on. So I got down to Key West wearing, sweatpants and tennis shoes. I had to go shopping and buy like a whole wardrobe to get me through like 2 days until, they were able to get my luggage to me. And there was this whole mix up. They couldn't even find it at first. But the whole time I was watching it on my iPhone, I could tell where it was. So the ability to share that with an airline seems like it could be pretty useful in that case. Let's see. Yep, still waiting on vacuum support from Apple in the Apple Home app. I was hoping we would see something with 18.2, but I have not seen anything yet. Checking out the comments here. Yeah, I always got camera gear in my carry-on too, if I'm working, I don't think I was in Key West, but I think my next trip will be Vegas, and I'll definitely have all my camera gear for that one. Go through these comments real quick, make sure I didn't miss any questions for later. All right. Next up, speaking of Matter, there was a Matter update. So let's talk about that real quick. Matter 1.4 was just announced. And let's talk about this here. Key updates that allow vendors and platforms to enhance user experiences across ecosystems with improved multi-admin functionality. That's really good. I like to hear that. Enable more robust home networks through Matter certified home routers and access points. Expand energy management features and support for new device types. So that's what we're getting with Matter 1.4. Now keep in mind, just because Matter 1.4 is here does not mean Apple supports 1.4 or even Samsung or Google or for that matter. They're all kind of on their own schedule. I think Apple is still working to support 1.2 completely. So definitely a little bit behind in terms of supporting the current release of Matter. But this is here, which, is definitely a good thing. But let's talk a little bit more about some of these. So first of all is enhanced network infrastructure with home routers and access points. So what this means is that devices such as routers, modems, access points, and set-top boxes can now be designed to upgrade to better support Matter-enabled smart homes. Matter-certified home routers and access point devices both provide both a Wi-Fi access point and a Threadborder router, offering essential infrastructure for Matter devices using these technologies. Okay, so devices like, I guess, the Eero routers. There's a number of routers that have Thread radios built in. So this would be good, I guess, for those. Enhanced multi-admin. This is a really good one, I think. Anytime they improve this feature, I'm happy about. So this lets users connect Matter devices to multiple ecosystems. This has been updated to streamline management. So enhanced multi-admin now allows single user consent for device sharing, enabling automatic connection to multiple platforms without repetitive authorization. That's really cool. I'm excited to see what that looks like, because right now, if you add a Matter device to Apple Home, you got to go through the whole process, authenticate it, and then kind of go do the same thing over there in Google Home or Home Assistant or the other platforms you're using. So I'm excited to see what this looks like. If you can kind of just share the authentication from one platform to another. I don't know, but I'm here for it. Looking forward to seeing maybe when Apple supports this in another year or two. We also got energy management enhancements. So this is going to include support for device types like solar panels, batteries, heat pumps, water heaters, and thermostat clusters. Here's some more regarding the new device types and capabilities for all of these. Occupancy sensing enhancements. This is nice. So updates to sensor clusters now support radar vision and ambient sensing technologies with customizable sensitivity and enhanced reporting for improved accuracy. So that's really nice. So you'll have more customization for your occupancy sensors through Matter. So good to see that. Oh yeah, one last one too to discuss. Matter 1.4 optimizes battery life and communication for intermittently connected devices such as switches and sensors with the long idle time protocol and check-in protocol for reliable low power communication. So things like your sensors and stuff that run on battery. So this update should improve battery performance for those Matter sensors. So that's nice. Definitely a good thing there. Let me check in here with the comments. Timothy says, wish all my new appliances in the house would get Matter, but seems like they don't care. Give it some time. Yeah, it just depends on the brand. Some brands are rolling out support to existing products, but we're seeing more and more of it, I think. Are you guys talking about Nanoleaf in here? Seems like Nanoleaf comes up a lot in these live streams. Nanoleaf and Aqara. All Samsung, yeah. All right, next up, some new devices that were announced. New smart home devices we can cover real quick, and then we'll start rolling into some questions here. Nuki announces smart lock, so this is also on HomeKitNews.com website. And I think Nuki is more mainly over there in the EU, but I've heard some good things about this. Never tried these before, but they announced a new Smart Lock Ultra with Matter over Thread. So that's good to see. I think they relied primarily on Bluetooth, and any HomeKit device, any HomeKit smart lock that's not using Thread is connecting over Bluetooth. So that's why Thread is nice for smart locks, in my opinion. Something interesting that I read here. Let me see if I can find it right here. Nuki has also stated that they plan to release a separate keypad in 2025 that should support the upcoming Aliro standard, allowing the Ultra to unlock as you approach using ultra wideband. That's really exciting. Sorry, I just triggered my phone, Siri on my phone for some reason. But that's really exciting. So you may recall from WWDC, they announced a new feature called ultra wideband. It's not a new feature, but a new feature coming to locks. It's the ultra wideband automatic unlocking, where the smart lock can detect you when you get within 6 feet based on the ultra wideband chips in your other devices like your iPhone and stuff. And when you get within a certain range, it'll unlock automatically. Sounds really awesome. We haven't seen any smart locks yet, I don't think, that support this feature. The Aliro standard, I guess it's a standard you would call it, that they're referring to right here. So this is what Matter will use. So devices like this using Matter over Thread to get that home key functionality will probably be using this. And then again, that ultra wideband feature, which I'm looking forward to seeing and trying out. That'll kind of be the next, I think, big wave of smart locks. This has definitely been the year of smart locks. We've had so many, some new ones, a lot of really great ones out there, a lot of home key locks. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. I think that's a pretty interesting. I think that's a really interesting and a smart way to do it. What Nuki is doing here, they're releasing this lock now, or not yet. I don't think it's available yet, but I think it's coming soon. This new lock right here, and then they're announcing the keypad, which will be an add-on that you can get later. That way they can kind of hold off until that supports, or until that Aliro support is available and ready, and then they can release that to give that ultra wideband capability to the lock, essentially. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was a smart way to do it. CES smart locks. Yeah, there were so many smart locks at CES last year. Excited to see what's going to be kind of the big thing this year out there at CES. I'll be there again. Yeah, Jeff, I don't think it's available yet. And again, Nuki is mostly based in Europe, from what I understand, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if they're available in the US, even when they are available, you know, even when they do start shipping these. Let's see. Next up, let's talk Aqara real quick. Wouldn't be a live stream if we didn't talk about Aqara. So one of my favorite brands, they make just some great smart home stuff. They dropped a couple little teasers recently here on Twitter, on Instagram and stuff. They like to do this when they have a new device coming. So launching November 19th is this. They kind of make you guess what it is, but to me, it looks like a smoke detector for sure. Now they did tease, or they announced the smoke detector at IFA, I believe. So I will be surprised if this device, if this smoke detector comes to the US. I would be pleasantly surprised if it does, but nonetheless surprised, because we just don't see many HomeKit or really many smart smoke detectors in the US, I think because of restrictions and stuff. So I assume this will be an EU-based product, but I could definitely be wrong about that. But nonetheless, November 19th, we will know for sure. And then also, they dropped this little one, which I am specifically or particularly excited about. The valve control made effortless and reliable. So I don't think there's any question what device this is. This is the valve controller that they announced. Well, there was a prototype at CES, and then I guess they announced or showcased the actual device at IFA this year in September. So this is coming also November 19th. You'll be able to get the Aqara water valve. So very excited to see this start shipping. For those who don't know, I'm a big fan and a big proponent of using definitely smart water sensors, because very low barrier to entry. You can just get these little sensors and put them all over your house, so you get notified when there is a leak in your house. Very smart thing to do. It's pretty inexpensive. And then to take it a step further, you can get something like this, the water shutoff valve, and then create automations that just turn off the water to your whole house when water is detected. So I'm a big fan of doing that. I've talked about it a lot here on the channel and in different videos. So excited to see this product come very soon, November 19th. So what's that, like just a few days. Jeremiah says, I don't like the idea of the lock unlocking when I get close, because what if criminals have my phone? Then they will get into my house. I always think these comments are kind of funny. I always get some interesting comments on smart lock videos. You know, I mean, a criminal can also have your key, you know, and just unlock the door. So I don't really see it any different than that. In fact, an iPhone is probably safer, because you can go to another Apple device and put your phone in lost mode. So would fix that problem. But yeah, I don't worry too much about that personally. Apple needs to fix HomeKit before diving into creating products. I still have no response issues in HomeKit, even though the device works fine in its native app. Yeah, well, I won't argue with that. Always room for improvement, for sure. So are you guys excited about the Aqara water shutoff valve? Am I the only one that gets kind of excited about something like that? I have a friend right now who's going through like serious water damage, completely having to renovate his whole house. Well, not his whole house, his entire living room and his entire kitchen. It's a mess because of some water issues. Hibbert's Home Tech made a great video about that, showing how someone can just use your key to break in. Yeah, right. Yeah, I got a funny comment too on like my garage door opener little video I did the other day, and I was like, they're like, oh, just another way to break into your house. Like somebody's gonna hack my garage door. Okay, probably. Yeah, that's possible, but it's a lot easier to just bust the window that's right next to the door and unlock the door. You know what I mean? Like I'm not too worried about somebody like hacking my garage door. I mean, sure, it's possible, but there's a lot easier ways to break in. You know, I always say these kinds of security devices, they just keep the honest people honest. You know what I mean? So the bad guy's going to come in. So be prepared for that in your own way. But that's my 2 cents on it, you know. All right, moving on. Tapo, this is also on HomeKit news. I saw this. I'll share this real quick. I don't really use a lot of IR devices, but it looks like Tapo is bringing a Matter compatible IR blaster. For those of you who might be able to utilize something like this, Tapo has been releasing some pretty solid Matter devices. I'm using a couple of them here in the house. Done a video on 1 or 2 of them. So that's good to see. If it's not the first Matter IR blaster, there's a couple of them out there, but this might be a good option for somebody who has a lot of IR devices. You want to be able to get those into HomeKit or whatever smart home platform you're using. Definitely something to kind of keep a lookout for. Doug, yeah, you can use Govee with HomeKit. Any Govee device that supports Matter, you can use natively with HomeKit. And nowadays, there's a lot of them. In fact, I've done a couple of videos on some of their devices, and I've got another video coming out pretty soon on Govee. And you can use anything that supports Matter can work with HomeKit. Let's see what else we got here. I want to cover everything. I think that's really all the stuff I wanted to cover in terms of news. We still got a little bit of time, so let me jump through some of these questions that I saved, and we're going to try to run through these and answer questions. All right. Not So Smart Home. I love the name. It says, just ordered the Philips Hue motion sensor. First one, do you think I can control my GE under cabinet lights using HomeKit or using that in HomeKit? I do have the bridge already. Yeah, so if you have, anything in HomeKit you can automate with each other. So if you have your GE lights, the under cabinet lights, you said, the under cabinet lights, if you have those working in HomeKit, you have the motion sensor from Philips Hue, you get that into HomeKit, you can just create a HomeKit automation that says, when motion is detected, turn on the lights or whatever you want to do. But anything in HomeKit, you can kind of create those automations to control anything that's in HomeKit. So that's kind of the beauty of it there. Any new collaborations set for the new year? No, I don't have anything in mind. Although this would be fun. I should do some stuff like this. I'll take suggestions there if there's any you have. Test, test, test. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? How's the audio sound? I'm using a different microphone now. Tell me if it's too loud, too soft. Sorry, I was afraid that was gonna happen. My my shotgun mic died again. That's what happens when you take a week off. Things just get all screwed up. I'm gonna see, just gonna clip that right there. How we doing? Can you hear me all right? Is that too loud? Good to go. Okay, Van Davis, what's up, Van? How you doing, man? Awesome. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it. So, where was I? Let's see. Let me move it to that side. Hopefully that doesn't flash too much there. All right. Appreciate that. Sorry about that, guys. I will make sure. I was having some issues with my microphone connecting. It wouldn't connect and charge to the camera at the same time today. So anyways, where were we? Talking about the Vision Pro. So yeah, as many others, I have not really been using mine very often. I do really love, I am very excited about this feature. I have not tried it yet. I'm really excited about it. My favorite thing about using the Vision Pro is using it with my Mac, and I actually work on an ultra wide monitor at my desk right here. So having that, it's going to be awesome. I like my Vision Pro primarily for when I travel and work at the same time. So I can basically have, now I can have that ultra wide monitor just like I'm sitting at home when I'm anywhere in the world. So that's really exciting to me. Again, I have not tried it yet. I don't travel a whole lot, but when I do, I'm definitely going to be using the Vision Pro and going to be using that. Don't show Caroline the mic clip to your hat after the glasses. I'm gonna wear the mic and the glasses. But thank you for the question, Will. Timothy says, I have the Eve Energy outlet. Have they gotten any new updates since review to improve things more? Looking for some to install in my new house. You might have to remind me, Timothy. It's been a while since I did that review. What did I say that was negative about it? Because I have one, I use one, and I don't have any issues with it, so I don't recall any negative. So you asked if there's any updates, so I must have said something that wasn't very positive. But I have one. I've been actually right here next to my desk. I only use one, and no, John, she didn't call me Four Eyes. She called me Clark Kent. She said I look like Clark Kent when I put the glasses on. Sounded better closer to your shirt. You guys can still hear me, right? Let me see. Let me check my audio. Looks like you can hear me. I'll just set it right down here. Let me know if you guys can hear me still. All right. Cool. That's better. All right. I'll just hold it. We'll do it like this. It's all good. We're having fun. That's the beauty of live streams. You can see me mess up right here in live action. Let's see. All right. Questions. All right. Get back to some of these questions. Yeah, I was looking to see if Timothy actually replied. I don't see a comment there about that. But yeah, the Eve outlet, energy outlet's been working just fine for me. I haven't had any issues with it. Are there any HomeKit or Matter outdoor wall light switches? Patio was built, but light switches are outdoors, and I want to automate them. That's a good question, Chris. I do not know of any outdoor Matter wall switches. There was one. Just moving the microphone all over the place. How's that? Let's see. I can't remember the name of that. I don't think it was the actual. Yeah, come to think of it, what I'm thinking of was not a physical switch. It was a wireless button. So yeah, I don't know of anything like that that works outdoors. Trying to think of what you could do. I don't know if there's a way to waterproof or weatherproof your Your switch, I mean, I'm kind of surprised you have it out. It must be covered or something if it's outside, I would imagine. Yeah, like a wireless switch is what I think of too for outside, but I'm not sure for something that I'm assuming you're looking to replace your physical hardwired switches. I'm going to go ahead and answer this one. Do you think the Gamecocks have a chance to make the playoffs? I think they do. I think they do. No, I don't know. That's a stretch there. But they're bowl eligible, so I'm happy about that, you know. Being a Gamecock fan has been a little rough in recent years, so it's been a pretty good year. What are your theories on the upcoming home device, and are you disappointed in the reported screen size? So yes, Sigmund is referring to the recent reporting where we just talked about like the size of two phone screens, I guess, something like that. I mean, I'm not too disappointed. You know, bigger the better, you know, would be nice. But again, rumors, you know, I know these are like reputable people releasing a lot of these rumors, but again, it changes so much. We've talked about these devices for years, literally now. So I saw that. I just didn't really think too much of it as far as getting disappointed. I don't really get disappointed in any of this stuff. You know, once it releases and it's a small screen, I might be a little disappointed then, but till then, you know, we'll see what happens. Brian, member for 40 months and a moderator here in the chat. Thank you, Brian, for the support for so long. Brian says, how are you linking the Govee Christmas lights now that they're set up compared to your twinkly lights? Way overthinking my decision. No, that's a good question. I actually wanted to do kind of like a little comparison of the two, but just haven't had a chance to do that yet. So let me try to explain this. I think I will talk about this in an upcoming video. So I'll tell you, we'll talk more about this later if you can make the Discord server in detail. But essentially, really the biggest downside in the Govee lights versus the Twinkly is the shape mapping feature. So, well, they both have shape mapping where they can kind of like analyze the shape of your lights. So the effects and everything are the best, and you can use the finger sketching tool. They both do that. You can link multiple lights. So I do have 2 strands of Christmas lights on my Christmas tree. You'll see that in an upcoming video pretty soon. You can link them together. You can automate them together. Everything works just fine using the Govee app. I'm actually going to show you how to do that in a video coming pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. And the only downside though, like I was saying, is if you're really into the finger sketch where you're kind of like painting the colors on the tree, you know, in real time and seeing it on your real tree. If you like to do that, that's the only downside. Right now, you can't do that with 2 Govee lights at the same time, if that makes sense. With Twinkly, you can group multiple strands together and it'll all show up as kind of one device, and you can paint and all that stuff. That's really the only thing you can't do with the Govee ones. You can group them together, you can control them together, you can have them do effects together, and everything else just the same. So it really just comes down to that finger sketch tool, if that's important. I think the shape mapping is a little bit better on the Twinkly lights, but the effects and everything are really good, and I'm really loving my Govee lights on my tree right now. So I hope that kind of answers the question there. Let me try to, let's see. Yeah, there's going to be deals on, all this stuff on Black Friday. Well, most of this stuff, I know I've been working on that as well. So I will do, another Black Friday roundup, you know, on the website and everything. I'll probably do a video about this as well, just showcasing all the smart home, Apple home specific deals for Black Friday. There's gonna be a lot of that coming up. I know a lot of you guys asked for those videos, so we'll do that again. Definitely gonna be some deals on Govee stuff. And that's another thing with Govee. Your money goes a little further with the Govee lights, which I do like that. You can get more lights for your money with Govee. So yeah, my daughter always loved that feature where you can color. She's been doing it for years. She's older now, so she's not as into that as she used to be, but she has always loved that. And you can still do it, like I said, with the Govee lights. You just can't do both the strands together at once, you know? So if that makes sense, it's just a little more tedious if you want to color with your finger on there. But yeah, she's older now. She's not worried about a lot of that stuff quite the same. All right, let me try to get to some more of these questions. Okay, so we talked about these. Frank is asking about the teasers from Aqara that we talked about earlier. Ask if any idea the G4 outdoor camera is coming. I don't think so. We discussed already what those devices are that they teased for the 19th. It's going to be a smoke detector and the water shutoff valve, at least according to those posts that they made. So I don't think we're going to see the G4 this year. Or G5, it's the G5, right? The outdoor camera. But again, I could be wrong. I don't know, but that's my guess. Why are so many smart accessories not available in bronze or black? I mostly see white only. I don't know. I think of locks immediately when you say this, and there's a lot of locks that are available in black especially and bronze. But sensors and stuff, yeah, it's mostly white. You're right. You could always maybe paint them or something. Brian says, what do you think about the possibility of this smart display being a hub for Apple Intelligence, enabling new Siri and AI on existing HomePods by talking home to the display? Yeah, hey, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a good point there. If they can kind of enable Apple Intelligence on your existing HomePods, yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, obviously, I'm super excited about that if that's what we get. So really looking forward to that. March will be here before you know it, so hopefully we'll actually get to see it. Jason, what's up? Jason says, I saw on Reddit a bunch of people were having issues with the car firmware updates lately. Does anyone else have any issues? I don't know if anybody else does. I have not noticed any issues on my car devices personally, so I'm not sure about this one. If anybody else has, let us know in the chat. How you doing? I like that name. Have you experienced using the Ecobee Premium and Siri integration? Any tips on improving its performance? I never really used this, so I did do a whole video on the Ecobee. I installed the Smart Thermostat Premium and used their whole security system. If you want, you can go check that out. I didn't really use the Siri integration because I have HomePods pretty much in every room, and I have a HomePod, pretty close to where my thermostats are. So it just made more sense for me to turn that off. I think I did use it some in that video, and I showed what it's like. It's a little bit slower. I don't think there's much you can do to improve that, just, because of the way it works. It basically communicates, I think it has to communicate with your HomePod, if I'm not mistaken, in the house. So it's like another step there, which I assume has something to do with the lag on, using Siri on the thermostat. Let's see. Sure. Yeah, we did. I'll put, I mentioned this earlier. Question here was, did you talk about the Matter update? I did. What I'm going to do, I mentioned this earlier as well. I'm going to put chapters in the description. You'll have chapter titles here for anybody watching the replay of this video. Give me a few hours after the stream, definitely by the next day. So I'm going to try to start doing this every week for these live streams, so you guys can find stuff like this if this is what you're looking to see or talk about. In case you missed it, I will have chapters down there to help you find stuff a little bit easier if you're watching the replay. So Yeah. And with that said, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Next week, I will definitely be live streaming again. We're going to get back into this routine so we don't have any more mic issues, hopefully next week. And I'm looking to try to do a giveaway, so maybe we can do a giveaway in maybe next week's live stream, so stay tuned for that. Again, today we're doing our members video chat if you are a channel member, so join me over in Discord with some other channel members and we'll just be hanging out there in about 30 minutes from now. So that's always a lot of fun. Again, we do it once a month, usually the first Wednesday of every month. This week or this month we're doing it the second Wednesday because we had some stuff come up, but we are doing that this evening. So if you're around, come hang out. We'd love to see you guys there. And welcome to all the new channel members. Thank you guys all for those of you who gifted memberships today. That was awesome. And appreciate all you guys for just hanging out, supporting the channel, talking smart home stuff with me. It's always a lot of fun. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your day and I will see you guys later. God bless.